everyone, Jon and Jake here from All Miniatures Great and Small, and today's the day.
Yep.
People have been asking us for a long time, since we first started painting our little boats many months ago.
Well, here it is.
Here it is today. We're going to be playing some Black Seas from Warlord Games. So Black Seas is a Age of Sail battle game, and it is pretty cool.
Yeah.
We've played a few practice games now, so we feel like we were pretty comfortable with the rules.
And we played one.
No, we played one recently and one when we first got the game.
That was like 10 months ago.
Something like that. It took Jake that long, in full disclosure. We're waiting on him to paint his British.
Regardless, there's going to be a lot of mistakes in this matter of word. Most likely. I don't know, not a lot.
I'm sure Jake will make quite a few.
Well, like, strategic, yes, of course. And also, it's hard to do these models, man.
They are challenging models.
Yeah,
but
like painting is the easy part, and it is quite small, so like that's not bad. I've painted small things before, but the rigging takes forever.
Yeah, then you get done with the rigging, and it's like you're not done. Then you got to glue the sails on.
Yeah, and then I still haven't even put the flags on.
And you haven't put the flags on.
I've been so demoralized by the process. But the ships look good, so I'm happy with them. Anyway.
Yeah, that's a nice thing. So these kind of games, like Age of Sail games, it's all about the spectacle. You have these amazing ships on the ocean, and it just looks really cool. So
yeah,
I'm a big ship guy. I like things with ships, spaceships, boats, you name it. So I'm excited to play this.
It looks awesome.
So today, what we're doing is, I didn't even point it out, we're doing basically a mirror match, and we are each taking one third rate, two fifth rates, which are frigates, and then two brigs. So we've got a little bit of the terrain on the table, but really it's pretty much an open sea. We're using a mirrored forces. We're not using our national rules or anything like that, just to make the game simple, because you guys watching it, this might be your first exposure to watching a game of Black Seas, so we didn't want to get too complicated. We do plan on filming another battle report. I painted up my American Navy, and then we'll add extra points for buying stuff and upgrading ships and all that kind of fun stuff.
Yeah, I don't think we'll ever probably play with the national rules because they seem really unfair.
They're a little unbalanced compared, well, it depends on the nations. Like American to British are pretty much a wash. I think it's the same national rule. But the French and the Spanish have terrible national rules in comparison.
Yeah.
And I think one of the things, if I remember right, some of the designers were talking about, this really isn't a game meant for tournament play and stuff like that. This is a historical game, and it's meant to give you the flavor and capture the spirit of the Age of Sailing. So we play friendly, and that's the kind of game we have. So, buckle up your inner master and commander.
Yep.
And we're going to go ahead and hit the table and see who's going to be superior today, the French or the British. All right, the table is set, Jake. We are ready.
Hello.
Do your best English captain voice.
Give me a little bit.
Okay.
I gotta get into
You got to get into it. All right.
Yeah.
All right, so while Jake is getting into it, what we will do is describe the mission. We are just playing... We're kind of playing our own mission. We're using the rules for chance encounter, so the mission itself is going to have a 9-turn time limit, and we get points just for damaging and sinking ships or capturing ships.
Yep.
So instead of just having our ships line up along the backs of the thing, we decided we would go in line and try out the in-line rules. So basically both of our fleets are set up the same way. Our third rate is leading our two frigates. So as long as the back of the ship is within an inch of the front of the ship, and right there in the back, they can stay in line, and when you move one, you kind of move all of them. I imagine once we hit the middle, that's just going to all break up into a big fight.
Yeah.
Or we can sail past each other like most of the battles of the Napoleonic era happened anyway. All right, so...
I'm not going to sail past you.
No.
I'm going to kill you.
You need revenge for our practice game.
Yes.
That didn't go well. So the wind is blowing kind of neutral. It's blowing this way. So we're both kind of basically a beam to the wind. Now, Jake had some bad luck when we played our practice game, in that, like, on the first turn, the wind turned against him.
Yeah, it was like immediately the wind went against me, and I was like, okay, I guess I have to go this way. And then my third rate missed every single shot he took, and then you did like all the damage to him. Although on the plus side, on our first game, I did hit your little brig's rudder, and you crashed right into a pier and killed yourself. So that was my highlight.
Yeah, that was a good highlight. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to start with turn 1. The way we start with the game is we determine the movement order. The way that it works is we take the direction of the wind. It's blowing this way. So if you imagine there's a wave kind of coming across the table, the ships that are closest to the wind activate first. So there's an advantage to having the wind gauge. So pretty much all of our frigates are going to be, all of our brigs, the smallest ones, are going to be activating first, and then our big lines. All right, so we'll be back with our first movement. All right, we've determined my brigs are the closest, so I'm going to go ahead and activate these guys and then show you where they end up. And my brigs have moved out ahead. I moved both of them at once, so Jake is going to go ahead and move his 2 brigs because they are the next closest to the wind. All right, so Jake moved his ships, and he went light sails, so you just moved once, 5 inches each.
Yes.
All right, and then probably these ships are closer to the wind than your ships, so I'll go ahead and move these guys. All right, my column sailed at battle sails, so basically they moved twice for a total of 8 inches. The only firing I'm going to do is from him. He's going to fire, or try to fire, at your brig there. Now, we are going to use that special rule where if I'm a bigger ship picking on a smaller ship that hasn't fired at me yet, I have to make a test because of chivalry and whatnot.
Yes.
So I need to make a skill test, which
You're a bad
for
person.
all of our fleets are 4+. If I can overcome my inner chivalry and shoot my cannon at your tiny puny ship. Oh yeah, what chivalry?
No honor amongst the French.
All right, so basically you're hit on 5's base. Everything is hit on 5's base. And in this game you roll a d10 and you get under the number needed to hit. Equal or lower. There we go. You are beyond 14 inches. So that is going to make it 2 more harder. You are small, that's going to make it 1 more harder. So my 5 goes to a 4, 3, 2. So I need a 1 or a 2.
Okay.
I think that's the only modifiers we've got here. We got a hit. So a heavy cannon does 2 damage to your brig, please, sir.
Okay.
The French score first blood, and that's 2 points damage to him.
You've committed the act of war. I was going to sail on past. This is going to be a very...
We're already at war.
Well,
all right.
Now we're at extra war.
Extra war. War be
The
declared.
topping of war on.
All right, so you have your column to move. Oh, another thing I really like about this game, to mark that your ship is fired, you put a puff of smoke. So there's my puff of smoke for my forward gun battery.
Ha! Now your helmsman can't even see.
No.
The fool.
And then off to your movement. All right, Jake's line of battle here moved up.
Yes.
And you're going to do the same thing?
Yes, I hope you enjoyed living, sir. For I will take revenge for my brig.
Wow, that's a lot of smoke. All right, it's 1 shot, and
Yes.
you need a 2. Actually, you'll need, if you're targeting him, right?
Yeah, the big
my
ship.
third rate.
Yeah.
So you'll need 3s.
Because you're big.
Yeah, because it was -1 because you're small target.
Okay. Eat hot lead. Yes!
Oh, it's a critical. That's not good. All right, roll a d6. We'll consult the critical table. All right, roll that d6. Let's see what we get.
Come on, rudder. 2.
Gun deck hit. The gun position has been damaged by enemy fire, or the gun crew has been temporarily disabled. Place a gun deck hit token on the ship next to the gun position affected. Remove the token at the end of the ship's next activation. The ship will fire 2 fewer cannons of each type from that gun position. So go ahead, and my front will be 1, my side will be 2, other side will be 3, and the back ones will be 4. So go ahead and roll.
5, 6 reroll.
5 or 6 reroll.
1.
So that's my front guns. The ones that just shot.
I have immobilized the gun that shot at my way.
And then we take one of these critical hit tokens and we place it by the ship. Well, that was a pretty dramatic first turn, I'll have to say.
Yeah, that was very lucky for both of us.
So, the smoke goes away at the end of the turn. Normally we would also place markers next to our ships after they activated so that we would know activated versus inactivated ships, but since we're so far away we don't need to worry about it.
Yeah.
Alright, so next thing we're going to do is go into turn 2. The first thing we need to do is roll 2d6 and see what happens to the wind. I'll go first and we'll kind of alternate back and forth. You ready for this?
Yep.
Basically, a 3 or an 11 will result in a wind shift.
Okay. Oh, come on.
A 2 is... I forget if that's the wind increases or decreases, but I'll double check. Alright, so that result is becalmed, which means that our ships are -2 to their movement. So, basically our ships aren't moving very far this turn.
Nope.
So I'm assuming that's -2 off each time they activate. So he goes 4, so he would move 2, and then 2 if he's at battle sails.
Yeah.
Alright, well, we're going to go ahead and we'll probably move all of the frigates unless something exciting happens, and then we'll come back. Alright, Jake's brig's moved. Looks like you're making some moves here.
Yeah, so he went full sails.
Okay.
To speed out. So, right, he only moved like 9 inches because of the slow thing.
Yeah.
And then he moved battle sails.
Okay. And the way we're doing the type of sails you're running, full sails, battle sails, light sails, is over here we have our wake card, so we're just keeping track of the sail status there. All right, so then I'm going to go ahead and activate my my ships of the line.
Okay.
The anticipation is rising. With no wind, I just moved forward a total of 4 inches. They stayed at battle sails. At the end of my turn, or the end of this activation, this goes away. They fix their guns or replace the gun crews, so I'm ready to shoot. But I can't shoot at you this turn because it was still broken at that time.
Yeah.
Because it was -2 to that gun rating, and I only had one shot there.
I like to imagine like I hit you and the crew were right there and like a bunch of splinters went into the guy's face.
Yeah, that's a nice thing to imagine. Needs to go. All right, and then you're going to move your line. All right, Jake's squadron switched to light sails and moved forward a whopping 2 inches.
It's a fleet.
Because you're a coward. Cowardly British.
Oh,
I never thought I
you
would
did
say.
the same thing I did.
All right, would you like to shoot at me?
Yes,
Okay.
because my cannons work.
Are you within 10 inches?
No.
Then you're going to need a 4 to hit.
Easy peasy.
Okay.
Here's a 4 right here. Bam, 3.
Okay, that's another 2 damage.
Gotcha.
So I'm at 4 damage. And
What range do I have to be at to do a... We weren't there.
all right, that's it for turn 2. You're remarkably good gunners on that third rate.
Yeah,
What is the name of your ship?
He doesn't have a name yet. I'm open up to name suggestions from the community.
Oh, good.
So if you have a good name, I will consider it.
My third rate is the Redoubtable,
Oh yeah, yours have names on them, right?
and then I've got the Hermione, and I forget what the other frigate is.
Yeah, I made mine from the basic kits, so I don't have any
You could just come up with your own names.
on the back.
Just look at the order of battle for Trafalgar and pick a couple. All right, so we're on to turn 3. All right, Jake, give us 2d6 for the wind roll.
Oh, I hope it's super wind now.
Well, you need a 12 for gusty.
Super gusty wind?
Yeah.
Alright, here. Well, observe.
Okay, let's see what you get.
Ah!
7.
Halfway to gusty.
No change. So the slow goes away.
Okay.
That only lasts for a turn, so now we're at it. So it looks like this guy is probably going to go first now. So go ahead and activate him, and then we'll be back. Okay, your brig is going to be firing.
Yes. So he gets 2 shots normally, and then this is the first time he's shot this game, so he gets an additional shot.
Okay.
We didn't do that for our big ships. We just remembered. But since it's kind of far back now, we're just going to call it a wash. So
Yeah.
say we both missed.
Yeah, yeah. And then, so two shots, you're adding one. Actually, let me double check if you're adding one more heavy or if it's a red, if it's a light cannon. Just one second. So that's right. For light ships or small ships, you're just adding one light cannon, which is represented by the red die. All right, let's see it. You need 4s.
Nothing.
Okay. Well, how does that feel?
Awkward.
All right,
Please
so
don't shoot.
I think these guys are going next, and then your other brig. So
Yep.
we'll go ahead and activate that guy. All right, so I moved at battle sails, Jake, and he moved here. He turned, and he's going to end up where this white die is. But as he's crossing the back of your ship, he's going to go ahead and fire.
Okay.
So he's going to fire here, and he's going to fire over there. So he's going to give you a double broadside.
Okay.
I'm going to use my bonus against this guy. Now, since we're not 90 degrees, like perpendicular to each other, I don't think I'm raking you at all. But I am within 3, so I am going to be doing some nice double damage to you.
Okay.
If I can hit. All right, so just like you, I'm going to get an extra light die. Normally you hit on 5s. 4s because you are a light ship. 3, 2 because you are, because I'm firing as she bears, and it'll go back up to 5 because I'm within 3. Oh, up to 4. Sorry, up to 4.
None of that makes sense.
Up to 4. All right, so we got a critical, and we got 2 hits. So we're doing 3 damage plus whatever the critical is. So, we double that to 6 damage. And a 4, which I don't remember what a 4 is.
Yeah.
Alright, so you got a crew hit, which isn't too bad actually. It's just you automatically fail any skill tests you need to take, which probably isn't going to come into play next turn, and then you remove it at the end of your turn.
You just gotta light me on fire now.
Oh yeah, light on fire is such an awesome critical hit.
Yeah.
And then at the end of my movement, I'm going to be firing at your 3rd rate with 2 heavy cannon. Normally you hit on 5s, 6s because you're big, and I think that's the only modifier. Because we're within 10, we're not, actually check that, if I'm beyond 10 it's harder to hit.
Pretty sure with it.
I think so too.
It's gonna be close.
Yep.
Looks like you were just outside of 10.
Okay, so instead of 6 it'll be 4s. Whew. And we got 1 hit, so that's 2 damage to your 3rd rate. The ship with no name. Alright, so this frigate is going brig is going battle sails. It moved once. It's in its 2nd movement. It hasn't completed its movement. It's going to use fire as she bears. Fire as she bears, just in case I didn't explain it well last time, is a way for your ship to fire during its movement. Normally you fire with no penalty at the end of each movement if you want, but sometimes ships would sail right past each other if you did that without the chance of shooting. So this is a cool way to allow, basically almost like Overwatch. So I'm firing during my movement, but there is a penalty to hit. So that's why I'm needing 4s instead of 6s to hit you. The other cool thing about Fire As She Bears is you can do it on your turn. If this gun battery hadn't fired already, you could fire at me as I sail past you. Alright, so here we go. We're looking for 4s. And we're within 3 inches, so this damage is going to be doubled. And we got 1 heavy cannon, so that 2 damage becomes 4. Alright, Jake's 2nd brig has moved into a sweet position.
Yep.
Firing 2 point-blank shots. You're going to use your bonus on shooting on my brig right there.
Yeah.
So that's going to be 2 blue and 1 red. Normally I'm hit on 5s, 4s because I'm small, and then short range takes it back up to 5, 6. So you're going to need 6s. Now there's going to be 6s to hit both of these guys, but let's do that one first.
Okay. 6s. Good thing I rolled 2 7s.
So you got a critical hit though, which is good.
Yep.
And you do 1 damage, which is doubled to 2 damage.
Okay.
So let me put that one there. That's the kind of French-looking flag. And then go ahead and roll a d6 for the critical hit.
Critical 6.
Which is fire. Yeah, that's not good.
Nope.
Okay, and then go ahead and do this shot here, which is just going to be 2 heavy cannon.
Yep, 6s. 2 hits.
All right, so that 4 damage becomes 8 damage.
Nice.
All right. Okay, so that ship is on fire. Go ahead and roll me a d3, Jake, because the fire does d3 additional damage each turn that it's there. So you do 3 more damage to that ship, which takes me to 11. Oh, no, sorry, that's not that one. 3 more damage takes him to 5.
Yeah.
He's not that badly hurt. And then every turn until that fire goes out, he's taking another d3.
Yeah.
Okay. And if anyone gets within an inch of him, they catch on fire.
Yes.
It's very scary. I'm sailing straight for your ship.
That's terrifying now.
All right, Jake, my line stopped moving.
Okay.
So we're going to go ahead and have him fire at this frigate that's a brig. Why do I keep doing that? This brig that's only got 5 health left.
Yeah, for some reason you really, really hate that guy.
Yeah. Could you check that range for me? See if I'm within 10?
Yeah.
And then I'll check my card. So I'll be firing.
Only just.
So it is within 10?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to be firing 3 heavy cannon and 2 light cannon.
Oh my gosh.
We're outside of carronade range.
Oh, that's a shame. I'm sure you won't be able to
So we're going to roll that. So normally you're hit on a 5. 4 because you are tiny. And I think that's the only modifier. Because we're not at short, we're not at long. You didn't move super fast last turn, so...
Okay.
Here we go. We're looking for 4s.
Wow.
So we've got 4,
You already destroyed
5, 6, plus some criticals there.
Do we have to roll the criticals to see if, like... I guess I'm not within an inch
You're
of
not
anybody
within an inch of anybody, so if you catch on fire...
He's just dead.
So he sinks.
Yeah.
So, I guess that's real first blood for the French.
Yes.
And then I'll just fire my 1 heavy cannon at your first rate over there, or your third rate.
Oh yeah, it's operational again.
I think it's 5, 6 because you are big ship. A 6. So that's 2 damage to your ship of the line, your third rate. All right, Jake's third rate, the ship with no name.
Yes.
It moved up once, 4 inches straight ahead. Now, before you fire, though, you need to determine and decide whether you're going to turn or not.
Yes.
All right, so Jake's third rate is cutting loose.
Yes. So to start off, we're going to shoot at this brig over here.
Okay.
Before he can sail into my fleet and cause havoc.
So you're shooting all those dice.
Yes, all of these dice. I need 4s to hit you, given where you're at, and you're small.
And I'm small.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I think it's small is the only modifier.
Yeah.
You got away pretty unscathed.
So 1 light cannon.
No, that's a heavy cannon.
Oh, that's a heavy cannon. So that's 2 more damage, and that is to this guy, who's now 5, goes to 7. He's still on fire, but he's damage-wise, he's not too bad.
Yeah.
And then you're shooting the same thing at my third rate,
Yes.
but instead of 4s, you're going to need 8s to hit.
Correct.
5 normally, 6 because I'm a large target, and an extra +2 because you are within 3 inches.
Yes.
All right, so let's see some
I
8s.
can't miss at this range.
Famous last words.
So what I need again?
8s.
So I missed with 1.
Okay. Did you get any 1s?
No 1s.
Okay. So you got 2 of each. So that is, let's see, 2, 4, 6 plus 6 is 12. So that doubles to 24 damage.
Wow.
Not bad.
That's a lot of damage.
Mm-hmm. All right, Jake's frigate is in the process of moving, but she's going to do fire as she bears on my third rate.
Yeah, because I'm only shooting off of one side this turn, so... 1 shot. No,
10.
I missed.
All right. All right, Jake's frigate is done moving. Is this your first movement or your second move?
This is the second move.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
so
he's going battle
done,
sail,
done.
so he's done.
Yeah.
All right, let her rip. That frigate hasn't fired yet this game, so it's getting a bonus to its dice pool.
Yes. So, yeah, here we go. Here it comes.
So you need what to hit?
5s normally, and then 6s because you're a big ship.
I am a big ship. It's glandular.
So I missed with this one and this one.
All right.
So we hit with both of our light guns, one heavy and one cannonade.
So I see 7 damage there, and 1 critical hit. So roll a d6.
Yeah. Critical hit. 4.
Which I think is crew, but we'll double check.
Okay.
Or maybe a rudder. I can't remember. That is crew hit, so it's not that big a deal. At least I hope not. I'm just not passing.
He's just saying it to make himself feel better.
Sorry. And then you did 7 damage. Okay. All right, Jake's last frigate. Frigate Mick, last place, is going to fire at my brig.
You could at least give them somewhat cool names in the meantime.
All right, so you're getting your fire bonus.
All right, yes, fire bonus on Fire Guy.
Okay, let's let her rip.
Die. Ooh,
You got a
that
critical
was
hit.
pretty good.
So let's figure out our 2-hit number now first. So normally you need a 5, 4 because I'm small, and then
That's
2 because you went full sails.
Oh yeah, that is right. So I'm only hitting you on 2s.
Yeah, well, it's just still 3 hits.
Dang it. I still lost half my shots.
You lost half your shots. So that is 6 damage there, plus a critical.
Yes.
Okay, we'll roll up that critical.
Enjoy more fire. No, I don't.
I don't know what that is either.
Dang it.
All right, my gun deck is hit. Roll a d6, Jake. 1, 2, 3. It's my port battery. 4, 5, 6. It's my starboard. It's my starboard, so it's this one over here. So we'll just put that on that side.
Okay. How much damage does he have left?
He has 7 left. He's at 13 damage, it looks like.
Okay.
So he's not quite testing. All right, so that's it for turn 3. On to turn 4. And it's back to me to roll for wind. So let's see if we can make something happen. No, nothing happened. 7. All right. And we're back. All right.
Yes.
So this guy's going to activate first. He's on fire. So the first thing I have to do is make a skill test to see if I put out the fire.
Yep.
Or I take another d3 damage. So I did not put out the fire.
Allow me to give you some damage. Hey, 3 damage.
3 more damage.
Wow.
Which drops me to under my break value of 7. Because, let's see, I have 16 damage.
Out of 20.
20, so I have 4 hull points left. So I'm under 7. So I need to now pass a break test, or a surrender test, or whatever it is, on a 5+. It's a skill test.
Okay.
Ah! So he doesn't surrender.
Interesting.
In your face. And the way that the wind is blowing and his attitude, it looks like he's going to be at light sails. All right, my frigate moved there, just at light sails. I only move once, so just 5 inches. And he's going to fire at that frigate right there. It's long range. It's beyond 10 inches, so I'm going to need 3s to hit you.
Okay.
Really, I'm farming for some kind of critical here to send you out of control or put you on fire. But no, we didn't get anything. So, oh no, yeah, we didn't get anything.
You needed 3s.
We need 3s.
Yeah.
So, he's done. All right, this guy is activating Jake's remaining brig.
Yep. I have to do a fire she bears, basically, so I'm going to move a millimeter forward and then shoot this guy.
All right, so normally I'm hit on a 5. That goes up to a 7 because of short range. That drops to a 6 because of small target. That'll drop down to a 4 because of fire she bears.
Yep.
So it's 2 heavy cannon.
Here we go.
Looking for 4s.
Hey, critical.
All right, so you do 2 damage, which is double to 4 damage because we're within 3, which puts me at 12. And then what's our critical?
It is 2.
Which is...
That's the gun port
I
one?
think so. And then go ahead and finish your ship's movement. All right, he ends up here. So next I'm activating my next brig. Guess he's going to go battle sails. We'll go ahead and move him. All right, after my first move, I'm going to fire at your frigate.
Yep.
I just need 5s. There's no real modifiers.
Yeah.
Outside of short, inside of long.
Sounds good.
So we got 2 hits.
Oh, nice.
So that's 4 damage to your frigate. And then are you going to want to fire as she bears or no?
Yes, I do.
Okay. All right, farming for some 2s. Let's see it.
Yeah, so basically it's 2s to hit you because I'm firing as she bears and you're small. The downside, I thought about just not doing it because 2s isn't great in general, but I'm probably not going to get a shot on my port side anyway, so we're just going to go for it.
All right, let's see it.
No, we got 2 3s though.
So close. All right, so that's my brig gone. So these 2 are equidistant. They have the same skill rating, so pretty much you can pick which one you want to move.
Okay.
Sorry. Oh, and sorry, at the end of my activation, that gun hit goes away. And the end of his activation, that one goes away. But he's still on fire. That's the only thing that keeps going. All right, yeah, so on to your movement. Here's the big show.
Yep, so I've done half of my movement, but I'm going to fire here at your big guy.
Yeah, so he's battle sails.
Yes.
So you've moved 1 4-inch move.
Yeah, and then turned.
And then turned.
Obviously.
And I'm going to do fire as she bears.
If you have a ship left.
Yeah, okay. All right, so...
I mean, it would work anyway, but... All right, prepare to get shot. So normally you're a 5, 6 because you're big, 7, 8 because we're still within 3 inches.
Oh, we are within 3?
Yes, only just, but yeah. And then I think that's it. Right?
Yep.
What did I say? 8?
8.
Okay. All right, here we go. Alrighty.
I'll get rid of those 10s.
2 misses again. Okay, so 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right, so you do 20 damage.
20 damage and a critical.
All right, roll up a critical.
And set fire. 3. I don't know what 3 is.
I think 3 might be rudder. We'll double check. All right, I'm doing fire as she bears as well. However, I'm only hitting on 6s because it's -2.
Yes.
All right, so let's see if I can at least do something to your big ship.
Okay. Like
All right.
you got everything? Oh, except 1.
So 1 light cannon, I'll take that.
I was going to say
So
that was much better for
6,
you.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, so that's 26, but no criticals, unfortunately. So 26 damage now. All right, and Jake's third rate, the ship with no name, has turned in and is firing his bow chasers at my frigate.
Yeah, I don't like that frigate.
All right, so that's 2 heavy cannon, I believe, in the front, or is it just 1?
I think it's just the 1.
Just 1?
Yeah, we've just been doing very well with ours, so it feels like 2.
All right, so it's 5 normally, 6, 7 for being in close range.
Yeah.
That's a hit. So that's a
4 damage.
4 damage. And I'm going to shoot you back. I'm going to fire as she bears.
Okay.
Actually, I'm going to wait till that ship activates so we can sail forward. If I fired right now, Jake pointed out, I wouldn't get the whole ship. You'd get concealment.
Yeah.
And I don't want that big a negative modifier. All right. So with him gone, I believe it's your next frigate.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Jake's last frigate is going to fire.
Yes. Frigates have 2, 1, and 1.
Yep. 2 heavy, 1 light, and 1 carronade.
Yep. All right, here we go. So you're 5s, and then 6s because you're big.
Yeah, you're just out of 3-inch range, so.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Okay. We got you with all of them.
Okay. And you got another critical. Go ahead and roll that guy up.
Yeah, here we go. Critical. 4. I don't remember again. I'm sure the viewers at home know.
I know. And that's crew hit, so since he already has a crew hit, basically it's ignored.
I'm really hitting that crew.
You're pounding that crew. All right, and with that, finally my line can go.
Yep.
All right, so we're going to start with the Redoubtable and see what we can do before you sink her next turn.
Okay.
All right, before I move my big boy, though, I got to see which way it goes because of that lousy rudder hit.
Yeah, so you could crash into me.
All right, 1, 2, I go left. 3, 4, I go straight. 5, 6, I go to the right. So, straight ahead. All right, Jake. The high seas. This is getting to be the decision point.
Yep.
What's going to happen? But
Yeah, I feel like this turn is really the definitive who's probably going to win after this turn.
probably. All right. Let's see some wind.
Okay, here we go.
8. Okay, nothing.
So the same.
Stays in. All right, this little guy went battle sails. He moved once. He's going to fire at the Hermione. La Hermione.
Yep.
I apologize to any French viewers. I know I'm terribly mispronouncing the names. But.
Yep.
All right, so let's see. You're normally 5. Normally 5. It goes to a 3 because of range. You're outside of 10, right?
Yeah.
And that's it because I'm a medium-sized ship. There's no other modifiers.
Nothing.
Okay. So she's done, and then she's got one more move. All right, it's fire time. I need to try to put out that fire.
Oh, yeah.
Or maybe I'll burn to the ground.
That would be nice.
Let's see a 5 up. Nope. Let's see a D3 damage.
I've only rolled 3 damage on you so far. Yes!
Well, that puts me at 15.
Oh, I thought you were farther along then. I thought you had 4 left.
Oh, wait, that is the stripey guy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So
So you
he's
have 1
at...
point remaining.
So I'm going to do this. I'm going to take this away. I'm just going to put 1 point there. I also need to see if I just surrender because I've taken so much damage.
I would hope so.
I do.
Yay!
Okay, so I guess he's done.
Now we're officially tied.
Yes, we are. But my brig gets to go again. Or this brig gets to go.
Yep.
The guy who's not dead.
Not yet. I think we...
All right, my little brig swooped around, going full sails, and he's going to fire. Normally you're hit on a 5, 6, 7 for range, but it's canceled out by full sails.
Yep.
So it goes back down to a 5.
Oh, we're close though, right?
Yeah, that's why it cancels out the
Okay.
full sails.
I wasn't paying attention to the first thing you said.
Ugh.
I got the last thing.
It's okay. And we miss. All right. Would you like to fire She Bears? And,
Yes, because I think I'm going to die.
Okay.
Because all of these guys are activating before me.
And
so-
they'll probably shoot at you.
Probably.
Okay. Well, go ahead and get your shots. You get
Yes.
2 heavy, 1 light, and 1 carronade. All right. Let's see some shooting. You're going to need
2.
4s.
4s, right?
Well, they cancel 3s. Well, wait. 4s because I'm small. And then Fire as She Bears cancels out your being close bonus. So just 4s.
Okay. Yay, I hit you
Oh,
twice.
a critical. All right, so that is 4 damage, which is doubled
So yeah, 8 damage.
to 8 damage,
I
which sinks me.
yeah, that kills you.
So we don't need to worry about the critical.
Woo!
Now you can pull that ship off the board. Oh, I lost both my brigs in 1 turn. That's brutal.
Excellent.
All right, Fire as She Bears. You're firing at the Hermione.
Yes.
We are out of short range.
Yeah.
So normally a 5, 3 because of Fire as She Bears. No other modifiers.
Okay.
Let's see it.
Nothing.
Oh, now you know the pain I felt.
You've hit me a lot more than I've hit you.
Well, the last time I shot. My tiny little
I
brig.
was gonna say the ones you keep missing with on all of these ships are like the light cannons,
light
which
cannons.
mean nothing really.
My little brig could have done something, but
Sure.
he sailed up. He was all ready to blast you, and he missed, and then you exploded him out of the water. You monster. All right, so we had to look up this interaction. I think this is right. So you moved within an inch of me.
Yes.
So we're going to test to see if we are grappled.
Yep.
So basically, it's an involuntary. If you're within 3 inches, you can try to grapple someone, but this is kind of involuntary because they're so close together and all the rigging is.
Yeah, I
scraping.
had to go there to, like, just on angles, and I don't want to grapple you because if I don't grapple you, I can probably just kill you.
You would probably explode me, but if you do grapple me, you probably have a better than average chance of capturing me.
Yeah, but you'll do damage to me, so.
Yes, but well, we'll see. Okay, so first things first, though. We each have to make a skill test with a +2. Normally, skill tests for all of our ships are 5+, so 3+. If either one of us fails, we are grappled.
Okay.
Okay. So, yay, we both passed. So,
Yay.
you can blow... Oh, wait, yay, that's bad.
That is good for me, bad for you.
All right, so we are not grappled. We didn't collide or anything like that. So now you can do your full shot. since you are raking my ship, that is triple damage on whatever you roll.
Yeah, it's quite disgusting. That's
All
what
right, so
we've discovered.
5, 6, 7s for being at short range.
Yeah, hitting you on 7s. Here we go.
I see lots of
crap
8s.
load of 8s.
Oh, yes, and a 9.
9. Wow, that might have been the game, actually, right there.
So, well, you got a...
6
just show
damage.
how much 6
Ooh.
damage, which is the first damage he's taken.
Wow.
Okay.
What a bummer. Huge bummer that
Wow,
was.
what an awesome change of events. Turn of events for me.
Yeah, that was bad,
Luck is with the French.
apparently.
Okay. All right, I activated the Redoubtable there. I went slow sails. I just moved once, and I turned a little bit to port to get a raking shot on you. I'm going to return the favor, Jake.
Yeah, you're going to show everyone what it's like to make it actually happen. we looked at averages, by the way. Like, even if I hit you with 50% of, like, my dice, which is still way below average, I would have severely crippled your ship.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you had a good chance of blowing him up.
Yeah, like, it was
with an
pretty
average roll, he would have been
I would have
destroyed.
blown him up, yeah. But I'm still so sad.
see.
But
So-
now we're about to see an average roll.
So, 5, 6, 7s.
Yeah, I have 14 hit points remaining, so.
Okay, so we're tripling
Trebling.
the shot. Yeah, trebling is what it says in the rule book. So the 8 goes away.
Oh, look, you rolled 1 8.
I got 1 8.
So you did 9.
Okay, so we got
6
6
plus 9, which is 14.
33 damage.
Yeah, 33 damage. So you would have almost killed him at full health.
Oh yeah, it's 36. So that frigate is toast.
Yeah.
The problem is both of our third rates are almost dead.
Well, yeah, and that was so the reason why that was so important for me is because I knew this was going to be an exchange, straight up exchange,
Yeah.
but now it isn't, that's why that probably cost me the game. But we'll see. I
We'll
think
see.
one more turn, the end of this turn will be very telling of.
All we know is it takes one rudder hit to turn the game around and crash you into
there's
an
no
island.
piers nearby, so I don't think we're in
All right,
trouble.
so next I'm going with the Hermione. I think she's going to break ranks finally. All right, so Hermione went full sails, so she basically looped around here. I don't have a great shot at this guy. It's long range. You're going to get concealment from my other frigate, but I'm hitting you on 2s, but it's better than nothing.
Yeah.
And maybe I can farm a critical hit out of this and send you crashing into those rocks.
That would be really amazing for several reasons.
So close. All right, so she's done, and then my last frigate will go.
Okay.
All right, my frigate's going full sails, but it's going to fire there after one movement. So normally you're hit on 5s, 3s because of full sails, and that's it. So we got 1 hit for 2 damage. Right, the battle's getting very interesting. Both of our big ships are really hurting.
Yeah, I was contemplating just calling it this turn because honestly it's not looking real good for me this turn. But we said there is a few ifs and buts left, but basically what has to happen on my turn is I have to kill him.
You gotta kill him, right?
Yeah, with my ships.
14 hull
And he has
points
14
remaining.
hull points, which is actually quite a lot still
Yeah.
for me, especially at this range to get through. So depending on what happens, the fact that these two are basically still at full health is what's killing me right now.
Yeah, because the Hermione only has 4 damage
Yeah.
on her, and this guy has 6.
Yeah.
So not a lot, but he's perfectly healthy. He's perfectly healthy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But
He has 2 damage on him. But
if our 2 ships cancel each other out, 2 big ships, it's
yeah, even then. That's why I
That's a
really
slight
needed
advantage.
to kill one ship right out, because then we would have been even.
yeah.
But yeah, so you basically have a whole ship up on me, but if I can kill him and not take any damage this turn, then I think we can...
If you sink him and he survives, it'll probably go on.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so it's my turn to roll for wind. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
10, nothing happens.
Okay.
All right, so it's going to be that frigate first. And that was the reason why I did that. Even though he's only going to be slow sails this turn, or sorry, slow sails.
Still worth it to activate.
light
first.
sails. And I'm going to take D6 damage, actually. Oh, no, that's only if I am in iron, so I'm good. I'm voluntarily going down to light sails.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move him and see if I can get a shot.
I think he really needs more.
All right, so he ends up there after going light sails. He's going to put his shots into this guy. The only modifier is no modifier.
Yeah, it's just straight up.
So I think we're just looking for 5s.
Yep.
So let's see what we can do. We got 3 damage. Next up will be Jake's frigate. By frigate, I mean brig. All right, Jake's brig has moved around. Full sails, right?
Yeah.
Okay, full sails. All right, Jake's frigate made a battle sail move.
Yeah.
And is that your second location?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry, I need to zoom out to kind of show you context. I need to do that more often, filming this battle report, because just looking at this, you don't know
Yeah, it
where
doesn't
he's in
really
the
tell you
battlefield.
anything.
All right, so he's shooting basically long range over here.
Yeah, I just need ones.
So you need 1s.
Nothing.
Now this is something I don't like about many game systems is the odds of you hitting when it decreases, the odds of you getting a critical increase. You know,
Yeah.
you can only get when you hit,
critical.
it's always a critical at long range.
Yeah.
You're always hitting something important if you hit,
That's a weird thing.
which is kind of just kind of feels weird, right?
Yeah.
All right, so he's done. So I believe he is closer in the wind gauge than my third rate. So if you want to go with the ship with no name,
Yeah.
and apparently no trained gunners. All right, Jake's ship with no name moved to light sail, so just made 1 move, and it's going to be firing at my third rate,
Yep.
the Redoubtable. So it's just hitting on 2s. There's a lot of modifiers with the concealment and the
Yeah.
range. So let's see what you can do, man.
So really, to roll an average how I did earlier, I should be able to kill you, because I needed 8s or lower. Now I need 2s or lower.
Twos
so
or
here
lower.
we go. It's
Yeah.
all gonna come back now.
All right, here's the swing. 2 critical hits.
No, but
All right, so that's 3 damage.
yep,
And then roll up 2 critical hits, please. Maybe you'll set me on fire.
that would be cool. No.
Okay, so
2. I don't know
I
what
think
2
isn't that the crew? No.
I don't know.
We'll double check. All right, it was a gun deck hit, and we rolled for it randomly, and it was my portside batteries. They're at -2 dice.
Yes, which could have saved me.
Yep, if I turn that way for a long range shot now, I'm hurting. All right, so now he gets to activate. All right, well that hit you did to me might help save you because he turned, he went battle and he turned. He's got a shot here, but you're concealed, and it's long range, so I'm gonna need a 2 to hit you.
Correct.
And since my gun deck is hit, I can only roll 1 die heavy cannon instead of 3 heavy cannon shots.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get a 1 and nope, I miss. All right, it's going to be up to the Hermione. Let's see what she can do.
Okay.
All right, so that ship, the Hermione is going to fire into your flagship. The way she moved far enough over that it's not going to be a concealment shot. So we're just to have a straight up need to hit you on 6s. 2 heavy cannon, 1 light cannon.
Okay.
Even max damage, I can't sink you because you have 10 hit points, and the most I can do here is 5. And we do 4. Okay.
And the critical.
And a critical. And the critical is 3, which I think is, I forget now. All right, that's a rudder hit. I don't know why we can't memorize a stupid 6-numbered table, but the rudder hit is probably one of the more devastating, potentially devastating.
Really, it's rudder hit and fire.
Fire.
Are like the ones you want.
Although I don't think we've ever rolled a 5 or a 1 yet, so I don't know what those do.
Correct.
In all of our playing,
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever rolled those, which is really weird. But that potentially could be game winning or game losing.
Yeah, I did have a chance after that turn. Just because I'm alive, I still have a chance, and I want to sail down like this direction.
Yep.
But because of that rudder, I don't know where I'm going now. So.
Well, and the other thing is, we'll point out because people might be asking, we decided to house rule that our flagships don't have to take morale to run away.
Yes.
Yes.
We may have forgotten.
We pre-planned that because neither one of us is taking morale checks for our big ships.
Yeah.
We remembered for my little ships, but
we did. We have remembered for everybody else.
so that's it. And one of the special rules we're not playing with is the damage degradation. So he's just as deadly on 6 hit points as he was on 7.
Yeah, that's the thing I was talking about earlier. I was like, this is kind of weird that they're still as powerful, which probably would have made a huge difference for me, but just because I wrecked him before he started firing.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
There's an advanced rule for that, which we'll probably introduce to our later games.
Yeah, it'd make more sense.
All right, so with that is all the shooting for this turn. So we are ready to go to turn, I forget, 7 or 8. Getting close to the end. All right, next turn, let's see some windage.
12.
12, that's a gust of wind. So our ships go faster this turn, but the wind stays in the same direction.
Okay.
All right, my frigate's going light sails. It moved and turned, and it's going to be firing at your big boy.
Yeah.
Let's see if we're within 14 here. We are not, so just 2 heavy cannon.
Okay.
So normally you're hit on 5, 6s because you're a big boy. Goes down to 4s because of the range.
Sounds good.
So here we go. A 9 and a 10. All right, well, that might be something good for you. And then your frigate goes next.
Okay.
All right, this frigate moved light sails to right here. You're going to be testing next turn to see if you're in irons, unless the wind changes. But
yeah,
it gives you a shot at normal range, so you're just going to need straight up 5s to hit. 2 criticals and 5 damage.
See what they do. Double 5s.
Double 5s. Well, we'll find out what 5 does.
Okay.
And those critical hits resulted in extra damage.
Yes.
Jake rolled poorly.
D3 damage, so, and I got a 1.
You just got a 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's taken 13 damage total, but it's better than nothing. All right. So the next ship to activate looks like it's going to be your big boy.
Yes.
The ship with no name.
Yes.
All right. This is going to be big.
So
What's the sails?
5 forward. Light sails, I believe he was going.
Gotcha. Well, the way the
battle
wind
sails.
is, you could do battle if you wanted to.
Well, I don't know where I'm going yet, so.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm saying things off camera.
Let's see. All right. So we need a D6 to resolve this rudder hit. On a 1-2, you go to the port. 3-4 straight. 5-6. You got to turn hard to the
Not the
starboard. starboard. 5-6. Oh, port.
Dang it.
All right. All right. Jake decided to go light sails there. We backtracked a little bit, but he didn't realize how that critical hit worked, so it's all good, right?
Yeah.
All right. So that's where you're going to end up. Looks like you might get some shooting at the Hermione there.
Yes.
All right. So after we've knocked all of the ships off over on the table,
we're the worst. Just the worst.
he's going to fire at the frigate, the Hermione, La Hermione. I don't know how to say Hermione with a French.
Hermione?
Something.
That's
like
what I would assume.
Yeah, you took French in school.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
That's why that's my best guess. Hermione.
So I'm not concealed. You're within 10, so really you're just hitting me on 5s. There's no other modifiers. Okay, so you did 5 damage, and let's roll up that critical.
Rudder.
3.
I think that is rudder, isn't it?
Rudder, yep.
Oh, just the rock. The rock.
No, not the rock. All right, Jake's brig has moved up and is taking a shot at my third rate.
Yes.
The redoubtable.
Eat lead, sucker. I think
you need
Your
6s.
5 plus 1, 6, and that would be it. Yeah.
Yep.
Good thing I rolled 7s.
Yay! And then the Hermione goes next. All right, minor correction on how the rudder hit works. You move first. You make your first move, then you make the turn that you roll.
Yep.
So instead of doing it first. So we corrected it here. Basically, your ship was about here, and actually it should have been right there. You're still outside of 8 for me, so you didn't get any extra dice from that shot you made at me. So everything firing-wise should stay the same, but we'll have to know then for the Hermione, or how do you say it in French?
Harmony.
Maybe you should be the French.
I don't know if that's exactly it, but that's how I would pronounce it.
And I could be the British. I don't want to be British. All right. So,
Dare you, sir.
you've pretty
wish
much
sugar.
you've claimed the British in Amgas.
Yes, I guess so.
You've got British ships. You've got World War II British. You've got Team Yankee British.
I try.
So, all right. So that's the last ship that needs to move this turn.
Yep.
Now you're down to 10. No, so you're down to 6.
I only have a few hit points
6 hit points left.
Yeah.
So the trick is, I'm going to move forward 5, but then which way do I turn? If I don't turn at all, you're in trouble. Or I could try a Fiery She Bears before I get to the turning point. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm going to declare...
Bankruptcy?
I declare bankruptcy. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to... are we still on the swell? We're moving an extra inch, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So that frigate's moving 6, so I don't need to double move. I think I'm just going to go light sails. All right, so I need to roll to see which way I go, actually, before I move, rather than after I move. But so 1, 2, it's to the left. 3, 4, forward. 5, 6, to the right. To the left.
Dang it.
Okay, so knowing that, because I would know it before I got that position, I'm not going to crash into the rock. I would prefer to go straight so I could shoot at you without a penalty. So I'm going to have to do a Fire She Bears before I reach that spot, just like a millimeter before I reach that spot. And I'm going to shoot at you. So you have, normally you hit on 5, 6 is because you're big target. That drops to 4s because I'm firing as She Bears, and there's no other modifier, I believe, Jake.
Sounds good.
So I get, no, I only get 2 of those and 1 of those and 1 of those. I forget it only has 1
Oh, that's
light.
right.
Yeah. All right. So here we go. So we're looking for 4s. We need to do 6 damage to sink you.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. What is that number?
That'll do it.
It's a 3.
You only missed with 1.
Oh my gosh.
4.
That's that's like, I'm shooting like a British person should be shooting in this game.
Yep.
So that's 3, 4, 5, 6 damage exactly. So
How convenient.
with your flagship sunk, and then I move. So if you would mind doing me a full left.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but that's gonna be the final place of the. And she goes down, and then I don't know if you want to continue at all.
I mean, I didn't really want to continue earlier anyway.
Yeah, I mean, you had the slimmest chance.
Yeah, as soon as I missed my point blank shot, needing 1 through 7s to kill you,
Yeah.
ever since then it's just been almost impossible. That's why we kind of kept going, is I almost gave up right after that turn was over, but I was like, well, if I go 1 more turn and I hit somewhat decently, this guy is still possible. But
Yeah.
I mean, I whiffed with him. I'm pretty sure he didn't do anything.
Yeah, he kind of whiffed.
He doesn't really matter anymore, the one closest to you, so.
He actually fired at that frigate instead of him because of the arcs.
Yeah, and even then I didn't do anything to you, so.
Yeah, I think you did. Yeah, you did a few, but nothing of
Yeah,
consequence.
you're not even close to dying, still.
Yeah, so he can escape off the board, and he can make it off the board, probably. I mean, he might be able to beat up that guy, but even if he, let's say he gets super lucky and sinks him,
I'm not winning.
I still have 2 healthy frigates. He runs off or stays and fights. So it's up to you whether you want to continue or we can just call it.
I do not.
All right, so a rare French naval victory over the British.
Yeah, that was definitely something. It's kind of sad to chalk up a game to just 100% luck, but I don't feel like maneuver-wise I really did anything particularly wrong. Like, I'm still learning how to maneuver and whatnot and stuff like that, so it's kind of hard to get used to the measurements, but whiffing so hard on that crucial moment just kind of crushed the whole game for me.
Yeah, that was pretty big. That was, and that's when you had the stern rake on this frigate, and you got like 1 hit out of 6 dice or 7 dice.
I have my entire
Your
complement.
entire broadside.
And we did it too, where it was like if you got 50% of it, I think it was like 27 damage, like just 50% of the dice I should have gotten.
Yeah, it would have been ridiculous.
Yeah, so like if I would have rolled average, she would have been sunk with that number. But
and we're still learning the game.
Yeah.
So you did good. When you saw like where you could get a double broadside on someone, you had a couple of double broadsides.
Yeah.
Which always is, maximizes your damage output.
I think one thing too that was probably not as good for me as it was for you is you started up higher on the wind than I did. So initially, I wanted to just go alongside you and keep my train of ships just like you did.
Yeah.
Because that seems like the smarter thing just in general. But the fact that you were upwind means you would have initiative over me. So that's kind of why I crossed in front of you over here initially.
Yeah.
And I'm not 100% sure if that was the best decision or not. Because that's the reason my flagship took all that damage, was because I had to go down that one side and all your ships got to shoot at.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like, it seemed after that moment of, like, what we had, it was an exact tie for damage. Like, we were 4 points of damage apart.
Yeah, but you did your damage first.
Yeah.
You got 2 good broadsides onto him before he even got to shoot at. I mean, he sank a brig.
Yeah.
But which, in hindsight, I shouldn't have done. I should have saved that broadside for when you pulled up alongside me and just hammered me the first time.
Yeah.
But so there's a lot of tactics that we can use here. There's a lot of other rules that we haven't touched on yet. There was no boarding in this one. We had a boarding action in our practice game.
Yeah, we did it, and
fun.
it's not quite as killy as I want it to be. I'd rather, especially with a big ship, like, I'd rather just shoot you with all the guns, because it's a good chance you just kill a ship that isn't this size.
Yeah. And it does seem like a bigger ship, like a frigate fighting a brig or a third rate fighting a frigate, it's a pretty massive advantage in boarding.
Yeah,
as it should be.
It feels like these ships should really be fighting like their counterparts to make it seem somewhat fair.
That's what they were in the Napoleonic Wars.
Yeah.
Trafalgar did not have a ton of frigates and brigs in the battle. It was all third rates, 64 gun and 70. These are 74 gun frigates. They're the large third rates. Eventually, hopefully, Warlord would make the smaller third rates, the 64 gun ones, but
yeah,
they're beastly. So we actually both have 2 more third rates and
our big
a first
ships.
rate. You have the Victory, and I have 1 or 2 French 120 gun first rates.
Yeah. I definitely want to try to play with a few more big ships. It was fun, though, having our little battle before the big battle, because that was almost a wash in and of itself. Like, we kind of did similar damage to each other anyway. And I think the only reason why I killed your last one was just because, like, my row of ships was coming out that direction, so they had nothing else to shoot at. So it's just like,
Yeah, we were having a
that
great
guy.
fight, and then the big ships just kind of swatted them all down.
Exactly, yeah. And I my one brig kind of went off at the edge and went around, and that was about it.
That's good. And we played on a 4x4. Any larger, they recommend a 4x6 table. Probably any larger battle. But I think our next battle is going to be your British against my Americans.
Yeah.
Which is going to be very different because although the Americans have super frigates, they're still nowhere near as sturdy as a third rate.
Yeah.
So
Are they kind of in between a frigate and a third rate?
kind of. They're fast like a frigate. They are large, so they have the shooting penalty, and they carry a lot more guns. But I think like the United States has 48 hull points or something like that.
Okay.
So yeah, it pretty much falls in the middle.
That'll be interesting.
All right, guys. So there you go. That is our long-anticipated game of Black Seas from Warlord Games. I'm looking forward to playing some more. I'm actually looking forward to painting some more.
Yeah.
I've got a couple projects on my table, but I think I'm going to do my other third rates pretty quick for the French.
Yeah, I definitely want to do my third rates as well.
That would be cool. All right. So there you go, guys. Please do let us know what you think about this battle down in the comments below. Do you want to see more Black Seas on the channel? Do you have any recommendations on maneuvering? We are both novices at this, but we usually come up to speed pretty quick. Also, if you like our content, please do consider giving us a like and subscribe. We really appreciate that. and click that bell to receive notification when we publish new content. As always, we appreciate you watching, and keep on wargaming.
Thanks, everyone.